YouTube? What is going on, YouTube? What is happening, man? What's up with y'all, man? Hopefully y'all are well. Doing great, doing fantastic, man. I hope everybody in your life, all your, your hobbies, your businesses, whatever you got going on, I hope everything is well. All right, so we are back with a first impressions video today. So I was really excited to get this one in based off what it is replicating, mirroring, or inspired by, whatever your word, cloning, whatever word you want to use. I was excited for sure to take a stab into this one. So I know sometimes some people, and I'm not one of them, when it comes to clones or inspired by, people turn their nose up at it. And I believe the reason they do that is because they don't have the knowledge behind it. Like, just the knowledge, just the outlook, I guess, so to speak, of an inspired by fragrance or something like that. And in some instances, not all, but in some instances, the clones or the inspired buys are better than the originals. And I have a couple of those examples in my collection, but we'll talk about that at another day. So we have one here today that is really inspired off one of my favorites, okay? And one of my favorite fragrances out there right now, top 5 for life, is from the house of Mancera, all right? And it is Cedrat Boisé, okay? So you have Cedrat Boisé EDP, and then you also have Cedrat Boisé Extrait to Parfum Intense, all right? That's what you have. Now, what we have here today is from the house of Paris Corner, from the Emir line, okay? We have Cedrat Essence, all right? Cedrat Essence. Now, I saw this on Chaos Fragrances and Jensen's. I believe both of them put them out. So as soon as I seen it, I haven't seen anything clone or inspired by for Mancera Cedrat Boisé. So my antennas was up when I saw that. So I'm in the works right now saying, hey, should I get me a backup bottle of the EDP? But then this came along and I said, you know what, I'm going to try this first to see if it'll hold it down. So we're going to smell it. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to tell you what I think. We'll talk about the price, where you can get it from, where you can wear it, all that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this first impressions, okay? So the box, when it comes in, it's a nice little box, kind of, teal and white with gold trimming. You have a mirror with the lion's head and the crown in the middle, Cedrat Essence. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. Right there, and then towards the bottom you have, I know my light's kind of clashing. Towards the bottom you have the size of the bottle, 3.4 ounce, 100 ml. They have the notes on here as well. Edp Concentration. On the side you have Emir with the lion's head and the crown. I don't know if you guys can see that. On the back you have the House Paris Corner, the authentication sticker up there as well. So a nice looking box. All right, not cheap or cheesy, but very simple style box. Okay. Then we get into the bottle. Now this is a heavy glass, heavy glass, white top, gold trim, kind of like this frosted glass. It has a mirror essence, kind of like I guess that's metal, maybe. I guess that's metal. With the Cedrat Essence with the lion and the crown right there. So a decent bottle. On the bottom you have Emir Paris Corner, 100 ml, 3.4 ounce. And then you got a bottle that snaps into place here. So it just kind of, I'm pretty sure y'all heard that, kind of snaps into place. So good quality bottle, good heft to it, decent presentation, okay? So let's go ahead and get this on the tester strip. I've already smelled it once before when I got it in, but kind of need to revisit what it smells like. So here we go. Atomizer decent, slightly pressurized atomizer. So we got 2 sprays. Stop that in. 2 sprays on the tester strip. So immediately in the opening, yes, you get Cedrat Boisé. Yeah, in the immediate opening, you get that citrusy, sweet, lemony vanilla type of opening here. Yeah, I mean, it smells like very close to, it's not identical. It's not 1A, 1B. but it's in the neighborhood and it's really good. It's really good. The fragrance doesn't come off cheap, alcoholic-y, doesn't come off super synthetic, a slight syntheticness in the opening, but nothing too crazy. And now it's starting to dry down, and the changes start immediately after, I want to say, the first 2 to 3 minutes of the opening of this fragrance. Yeah, so the opening is very, very close, but then once this thing starts to get to the mid, kind of settle in, the differences from Cedrat Essence and Cedrat Boisé start to take place. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the note breakdown. All right, so up top, you have Sicilian lemon, blackcurrant, bergamot, and spicy notes. Don't really get too much spiciness in this thing. I don't know what the spiciness would be coming from, but I don't get that. All right, the middle, fruity notes, patchouli, and watery jasmine. You do get a slight floral in here as well. Yeah, you do get a slight floral because that lemon, that Sicilian lemon is working on this thing for sure. A slight floral, the fruitiness from in the mid is there as well. And then the patchouli. The patchouli is giving it some depth, giving it some body. And then the base, you get cedar, leather, sandalwood, vanilla, white musk, and moss. Now, this is a pretty good note breakdown, and from what I'm smelling right now, this is a good fragrance in its own, but I think the difference between Cedrat Boisé and Cedrat Essence is the Sicilian lemon is working with this jasmine, this floral, and it's giving off a bit of a more tartar citrus run that's mixed in with some vanilla, and then it's a bit creamy too, so that's where that sandalwood is coming into place. Now it smells good, but the difference is to my nose, the Cedrat Boisé and the Cedrat Essence end at the opening, okay? This thing starts to do its own thing, but keeps you in the theme park, so to speak, of Cedrat Boisé. So I know the top question that might be asked is, okay, do you get a backup bottle of Cedrat Boisé EDP, or do you just go with Cedrat Essence? If you're trying to hang on to the Cedrat Boisé DNA, get you a backup bottle of Cedrat Boisé. If you're looking for a different take, has a few different tweaks, a couple of different elements into a Cedrat Boisé style of fragrance, then look into Cedrat Essence. Now I got my bottle on Amazon for around $40. No, it's like $35, $40. And I know you can get it from fragrance.ca for around that $30, $35 mark as well. But it's not expensive. And to be frank with you, for Cedrat Boisé to be a niche fragrance, a niche style fragrance, it's not that expensive on discounters. You can get a 100 ml bottle for around that $75, $80 mark. Just depends on where you're looking, okay? So for it to be a niche fragrance, I mean, that's a great deal. But even if that's too rich for your blood, definitely look into Cedrat Essence. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry down a bit. Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a tart, lemony, vanilla, sandalwood, the black currant. I think it's the black currant, the lemon, and the jasmine kind of giving off that not overly, I guess, moderate tartness that's standing out. It's standing out in this fragrance. Now, for me personally, would I wear this or do I want to rock Cedrat Boisé? Well, I love Cedrat Boisé, so I might be the wrong one to ask. But I go Cedrat Boisé every time. As a matter of fact, this would be something I would wear probably around the house or if I'm going to run some errands. So there will be use for it. But I think ultimately, as it starts to dry down, a little bit of the leather starts to show its head as it starts to dry down, but nothing too crazy. But I think all in all, if you don't care about having the Cedrat Boisé, just a full bottle of Cedrat Boisé, and you just want something that's in the neighborhood, Cedrat Essence is going to do more. Now this is apparently this is saying it's an EDP, but I think the box looks like it's an extrait de parfum. I saw that somewhere in the straight to parfum. But the bottle says EDP. All right, so EDP concentration, which is a good concentration for 35 to 40 bucks. That's really, really good. So overall, I give this thing a 7 out of a 10. 7 out of a 10. And for me, I'm gonna go ahead and get that backup bottle of Cedrat Boisé because this in the opening is right there, but as it starts to dry down, it does its own thing. To me, this is gonna be its own fragrance, okay? So that's just my thoughts on it. 7 out of a 10. I haven't worn it out to the field yet, but when I sprayed it on my skin when I got it in, I sprayed it around, I think around like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and it was on my skin up until I went to bed. I went to bed pretty late, probably around like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and it was still there. So I think you're gonna get a good performer with this thing. You can wear this stuff to the office. It's very versatile for multiple things. Office wear, running errands, hanging out. I think this is a versatile fragrance for pretty much all year, just like Mancera Cedrat Boisé. I think you can do a lot with this fragrance. I think it's good, but I think in the realm of somebody say, hey D, what's the percentage? How close is it? I'm gonna say probably like 75% close. That other 25% leaves this to do its own thing. So again, I'm not saying this is a bad fragrance because it's not. It does smell good. But if you're looking for Cedrat Boisé on the button, 90-95% clone of Cedrat Boisé, I don't think this is it. You'll get hit by it in the opening. In the first 1 to 2 minutes, you're gonna be like, oh boy, this is Cedrat Boisé. But as it starts to dry down, then you'll learn that, okay, this thing kind of does its own thing. Although it smells good, it is different. It is different in the same theme park as I stated earlier. Okay, so again, this is a solid in the park version of Cedrat Boisé. Once again, from the House of Paris corner, from the Emir line, we have Cedrat Essence. Nice presentation, nice bottle. I give it a 7 out of a 10. 7 out of a 10, and for me, it'll have its purpose. Like I said, wearing around the house, running errands. Other than that, I'm just gonna be wearing Cedrat Boisé. Okay, maybe I'm a little biased. I don't know. But that's just how I feel about them, okay? So you can get this Amazon, you can get this on fragrancebuy.ca for a really, really good price. Really, really good price, okay? Y'all check it out if that's what you're interested in, all right? So until next time, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Remember, it's splacker season and you need to splacker up. Splacker up, represent, man. Don't be out here claiming to smell good. Family, you ain't out here contributing now. It's our duty. It's our duty to splacker up, man. Splacker up, all right? So thank y'all for the support. If you would like to be the next member of the Smell Good family, all you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and you'll be, and meet me in the comments, and we can talk about what you love and what I love, and that is the art of fragrances, okay? So until next time, once again, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves, and splacker up. Splat, splat. Man, that was corny. It's cool.